Hello, welcome to Jeremy's Yorkshire Allotment Adventures on what is a beautiful sunny morning here. In fact, this show will be filmed over 2 or 3 days. Not like some days I just film in one day. Why am I wanting my drill and also a drill bit here on the allotment today? Well, we're doing a bit of experimentation, a bit of science. Isn't it exciting? So, welcome on board everybody. It's great to have all the lovely subscribers. It's nice to see you all. Thank you once again for some of your comments this week. And well, you know the drill by now. Come on, sit back, relax, put your feet up. I hope you've got your cuppa. I've just finished mine. And well, yeah, enjoy today's show. Well, here I am next to my compost bins and I'm doing a little experiment. If you've watched some of my videos before, when I come to putting my tomatoes in my greenhouse or wherever I'm growing them, I often put an old plastic bottle next to them and I water the plastic bottle. And these will go in really deep. They'll probably go in nearly almost up to the edge, which means the water is really deep into the ground, which means that the tomato plants have to put their roots further down, you know, to gain access to the water, making them bigger, stronger plants, and hopefully survive if we have really hot weather for a continuous length of time. Then their water supply is really deep, and so you don't then have to water them as often. Sometimes you can use things like this. This is a surface version of these, and you pop that, as you can see it's got a little lip, that goes your tomato plants in the middle, and then you water in the base here because the base has got holes around the edge of where tomato is, and then of course what you do, you fill up to this line also with compost. So it's establishing more roots. As we know, tomato plants have roots growing all the time from their stems, and as soon as it touches soil, it will send shoots out to try and find water and to become stronger. So you can buy those, I think they come in sets of 3. Whereas I've had those years, I tend to make my own with these because it's more direct, it's deeper. Now, what I'm doing with this little experiment is in this one, I've got 1 hole. In this one I've got 2 holes. I normally just loosen the cap, but I found it slightly unsuccessful last year because I never knew really how long it took the water to get down, because sometimes you don't want a massive input of water. You want it really drip, drip, drip. Now I think obviously this one will be a lot, so I've only got 1 hole. What I've done is I've put soil underneath it, soil around it, so it does replicate really what it's going to be like in the ground. And I'm going to see, I'm going to put them with water. They're the same bottles, so I know the same size, and I know where the lines are inside, so we're going to top them. This one I've just put some, because obviously these are just plant pots, so the water will drain out. And I wonder how long it actually physically takes to drain. So I can't set my timer on my phone, because you are on my phone as I speak, so we'll just have to hope for the best. And I'm sure we'll do the one first. Let's get that in there and put water. It will disappear. Now, what could happen is this could all collapse, which would be quite fun, because I've not actually, oh hello, here we go, measured for the amount, there we go, it's straight through, look, it's dripping straight away, that one. And there's a huge amount of water coming straight through, as you can see in the bottom here, and it really is pouring out. Whereas this, as we expected, because it's only got 1 hole, is a steady drip, drip, drip. And well, that's going to take about 1.5 minutes by the time looking at it. So I reckon, I know it sounds a daft thing, and why do I experiment, that this one here is far better than having 2, because it really, that's just going to saturate the ground straight away. And whereas this, as I say, it's a slow drip, and well, that's what you want, isn't it? There is water coming out, but at a slower, gentler pace, and that's probably better than just making it, because this way, with the 2 holes in the bottom, because I have seen people, you see, online, when you're searching about sometimes, they do 3 or 4 holes in the bottom. Well, we might as well have the lid off. So it'll just go boom, straight through. Whereas here, nice, gentle, and in fact, that's almost half empty. Whereas this one is probably, I think about 1/2 inch of water has gone out in the time I've been speaking. And I think by the time I've finished speaking altogether, this one will be completely empty. Yeah, brilliant. So I know now I'm going to put 1 hole in all of these next to my tomatoes, because they'll get a steady drip, drip, drip. And throughout the day then, they'll get a constant supply of water rather than just a complete deluge with the 2 holes. I mean, obviously, if I'd have got a smaller hole drill bit, then of course it would be even slower. 1 hole, I think, is going to be the winner today. And yes, that is almost out of water, and that really has just reached about 1 inch. Fascinating, isn't it? I'm glad I did it, really. Oh, bit of science on the allotment show. Marvellous. Did you enjoy it? I did. Oh, much more, I think. More experiments. What do you think? What's so fascinating about watching water drip? Yep, it's within the last, just come under the top here now. And this one, lovely. And I suppose what happens is, with this one, as well, because it's slower, the soil around it is absorbing some of the tension. So the pressure here, once the soil's wet through underneath, it doesn't allow as much of the water to go through. I mean, this is slowing down a little bit. In fact, what I can do now is I'll pop my watering can underneath, and it can catch the rest of the water. Well, before I go today, I thought I'd just show you and explain to you the colours of the roses. You know, the day I said I couldn't remember which one. Well, these, you might just be able to make out, are going to be yellow roses, and there's masses coming on there this year. 1 or 2 last year, but it's going to be absolutely glorious. And this one are going to be pink. So we have yellow and pink roses, and they were sprayed only this morning with a high pressure hose to once again get rid of all the aphids on. Although I have to say, after the other spraying the other day, the aphids seem to have disappeared completely. As I said, aphids are not the brightest sparks in the book, and once they fall to the floor, they haven't a clue where they are, and unfortunately, well, they don't survive. They are needed for some things, but not attacking my lovely, luscious roses. Well, once again, thank you very much for watching Jeremy's Yorkshire Allotment Adventures. It's great to have you all on board. It really is fabulous to have all your comments, and it's great to welcome all the new subscribers to the channel. Here in Yorkshire, we love a cuppa, we love talking about plants, we love seeing the plants, and we also talk about history. It's fascinating today about the experiment. And you know what? I'm glancing from here across to where my experiment was with the water, and there's still some water left in the one with only 1 hole. So that means that's at least half an hour's worth of water dripping, and that is fantastic news. Thanks for watching. Ta-ra for now.